Hello everyone, welcome to Haley Moon Tarot. This is your weekly reading for Sagittarius. How are you guys? What is it you need to know? Clarity, please. There we go. We have Five of Swords. Someone's feeling a little defeated here. So, and I do feel there's been like some sort of disappointment here. But we have a person assessing the situation, looking to see if things are safe. And two people coming together here, and we have an Emperor. So the Emperor's making things happen. The Emperor is the person here who, well, they need to make this happen. It's so two people can connect. There's a need for conversation. But yeah, this is a person just assessing, looking to see if the coast is clear. But it's someone who looks at things very careful. But yeah, there's been disappointment. Someone's disappointed. Yeah, but now we have the Sun. So that means something new. Interesting. One more card for Sagittarius. Someone in their fields. We have a person waiting. We've got a person waiting for another person to get things going here. Yeah, it all has to do with building the foundation. I feel this has to do with the Emperor. The Emperor is often the person who got to make that move to make things happen. So someone taking the plunge, but it also takes two. So I feel whatever this disappointment was, is someone moving away from that, going down another path. And it could be because of trust issues or frustration. Yeah, someone here who doesn't follow through. Someone's disappointed because we have a person who didn't follow through on something here. It's like they start it, but then you don't hear anything again. So let's have a look at the Knight of Stones. Yeah, it's an energy of someone putting in effort. Someone not putting in a lot of effort here. See, and that's what it takes to overcome this disappointment. Yeah, so it takes two people to build. Let's have a look at the Two of Vessels. See, this person's let someone know they're open, available. They want to start it. But I think somebody else started it, and now they have to be the one to follow through because that's what it is, laying the foundation. Yeah, we have a person who's, I think, rushed into this a little hasty. They didn't think it through. And now they've kind of changed their mind here. But this is often, the interesting thing is, this is a person who needs to get some clarity. See, they have to be the one to make this happen. They have to be the one to actually start it. But it looks like it's someone who kind of rushed in without thinking, and then they backed out of a situation. Yeah, but they are gaining some clarity. Let's have a look at the Knight of Swords. This is someone who just, I mean, it could be where they're just at the point of thinking it through. Yeah, so they're learning something. They're seeing things clear. Yeah, there's clarity. And it could have been the feminine who did this. I mean, this could do with work. It could do with anything. But it is emotional. It's somebody going deep within their feelings. See, this is someone, maybe a person who needs to express their feelings. But it has to do with laying the foundation and making... See, this is somebody sitting here waiting for this person to get it going. And if they don't come in and put effort, it is possible there's another person here. We'll see. Tell me about the Emperor. I'm getting the vibe. Yeah. So he's just taking a pause, looking at things from a different perspective. Yeah, this is someone just kind of not really moving. See, taking a little pause here to look at this. But it is about some sort of truth. Yeah, see, feeling a little defeated. This is someone not sure if they trust this situation. It's not so much trusting the other person. I feel it's just the situation. I don't know if it's two people who work together, if that's an issue. But it has to do with feeling defeated, or feeling like... I mean, it could be mixed messages or signals, and it could be where someone needs more clarity. Often it is mixed messages, signals, but like I say, it's almost like all the signals are there. Not so if they should trust it. There is going to be clarity because the King of Swords sees things clearly. So yeah, this is someone who's definitely single. See, it's about making something clear, and it could be where they're not sure that the other person's even single, that someone's made some kind of move. They, do you want to do something, or what you up to, or what do you do in your spare time? Things like that don't really lead to any kind of commitment. They just open a door and it stays open until somebody actually makes it happen and they make it move. So it's up to the Emperor. Let's have a look at the Three of Wands. Yeah, this has to do with stability. Yeah, it's also too an energy of getting somebody alone. See, getting someone alone to have a conversation. Or trying to start this to catch somebody alone. But it is about, there is definitely someone waiting for this. See, waiting, maybe even keeping someone. And this could be a person who literally goes someplace to meet somebody and waits there and the other person doesn't show up. So disappointment. So did somebody actually lay the foundation and then the other person didn't show up or kept the other person waiting too long? Yeah, it's oftentimes people who do that. They're late. See, it's somebody being late. That's what it looks like. Somebody being very late. The ship has almost sailed. Tell me about the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, see, it's about going on a date, being on time. That's what I feel. Keeping somebody waiting. It has to do with, for some of you, it's just asking someone out, following through. But it's a person who knows what's expected. They know, they've experienced this kind of thing before. It's a king. I mean, it's a King of Swords. This is someone who knows. So I feel it's just like looking at this, putting the shoe on the other foot, how the other person feels, where they've had this situation where they felt very disappointed. So I'm hoping this person looks at how the other person feels if they don't show up or if they keep the other person waiting too long. See, disappointment. This is someone who's had their fair share. But let's have a look at the King of Vessels. Who is this person? Yeah, see, waiting. There's this, it's two people just waiting for the other person to make that move. It's all about, it's the Emperor who's got to do this. The other person's just waiting, which is probably yourself, Sag. You may be dealing with an Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I do see Leo. Possibly Aries, Emperor energy. Could be anybody. And there's a little Earth here. Someone moving kind of slow. Maybe more focused on work. I don't know. But it's all about somebody, the way they communicated. They didn't think it through. They didn't put enough effort into the original offer where they started it. In other words, they weren't clear about, because they know what's expected. They're supposed to follow through. The other person's waiting. Now this is someone who's likely experienced before too, keeping someone waiting, and the other person didn't wait. They may have even took another opportunity. Because I mean, we got the three of Wands here twice. See, the king, this person's waiting for the other person. Now, if this person made it clear that they wanted the other person to reach out, I don't think they did. So we've got mixed messages and mixed signals and a disappointment. See, it has to do with someone waiting. See, schedules, routines. They didn't really make any kind of commitment. So now the other person, I would have to say, Sag, you're sitting here thinking, do I even trust this? I mean, I do see mixed messages and signals. I mean, look at the energy. But it has to do with going out on a date. But this is an energy of someone exploring their feelings. I feel like both people are waiting for the other person. I don't think this person was clear. Tell me more about the Emperor. It's all about being patient, investing, whether someone's interested. But yeah, they should have invested. This person should have showed more interest. and they should have been clear in their communication, more decisive. So now, I think this person knows the other person's waiting. I mean, it would be obvious, but it's someone who's only going to wait so long. I can tell you, there may be another opportunity coming in for the feminine. Yeah, tell me about this Knight of Cups. Let's see who that is. Yeah, see, it's a spark, desire, a passionate new beginning. There's an attraction. Yeah, so someone they know what they need to do. This is someone who I feel laid the foundation to go on a date, but never set a time. They didn't commit to a time. So now they're just lying there thinking about this, pinned down by their thoughts and not taking any action. But there is the clarity. I mean, this is someone, maybe this person needs to clear something up before they can get this going. What would this person be clearing up? Did they come apart from someone? Could be someone who maybe should have told someone the truth. Maybe they were already dating someone else. This isn't a good way to start a connection or relationship with any kind of deception. Or they've learned that the other person's maybe seeing someone else. King of Swords. Yeah, some Gemini energy possibly, but it's a person who has everything they need to manifest their desire. So there's desire, but it's also an energy of a little manipulation. Now it's telling me a little manipulation, but someone may be already dating someone and they didn't tell the other person the truth. Now they've backed out, and now the other person's disappointed. I think they're disappointed too. It's all like disappointing self almost. But they know what was expected. They had to start this. Yeah. So, yeah. But it has to do with this person coming apart from the other person. That's the only thing to do. Tell me about the Five of Swords. Yeah. See, possible third party or someone hurting someone's feelings. Because it's somebody who's now acting like, see, they acted like they were interested and now suddenly they're not. So there's possibly that third party. But it's more that with this, I would have to say, it looks more like hurt feelings. See, being deceived by someone. And if it is someone who is dating someone else and maybe they were planning to end it, it wasn't working. It's possible someone was actually thinking of cutting this other person out because it's not working, you know. They weren't really that interested in them. But it's about being honest. See, somebody with integrity, good morals. How do you start? I mean, the Emperor is often someone who expects loyalty, but if you're not being upfront and honest, so that's kind of coming into question. Let's have a look at the Hierophant. Yeah, it's about getting together, doing things together. See, possible of a third, another person. Yeah, it's either see if to be able to move on, to change. This is someone who has to come apart from someone. Two people need to go their separate ways for two people to come together. Yeah, and they need to lay the foundation. So some of you might even have, if you're waiting for this person, and you don't know what's going on, it's very possible they're either already started something new, or you've got a new person coming in, because there's going to be disappointment. Yeah, some of you got a person, there's some time in between. This person could try to come back around. It's possible they could swing back around and take control after some time. Yeah, giving someone time to get over it, to heal. Yeah. But I feel for most of you, it's just this person here who didn't show they were emotionally invested or interested, because I think they're actually dating someone else. It looks like it's someone who you've either crossed paths with this person right when they started dating someone else and they took interest. But now this is someone who actually expects faith and loyalty. So now they're kind of putting on the brakes to avoid this, because I feel like it's like they don't want to start things that way. So they need to come in and speak a truth. So you could get a truth. They could swing back around and tell truth, but they need to take control of the situation. I think before someone else comes in. Some of you, you've waited here, and I do think while you're waiting, you actually may have another opportunity. Yeah, things start speeding up, maybe even multiple opportunities coming in. But I see someone being a little overwhelmed here and possibly putting on the brakes. So there'll be one left again. Crazy energy. But it's all about loyalty and being faithful. And I don't feel like it's somebody... I don't see the energy of someone who's going out of their way to be deceptive. It's just, it's someone seizing the day. They took the opportunity that was being presented, that was right in front of them, to connect with someone that they obviously liked. But they can't follow through with this because they have to break up with the other person. This is someone who, I think this is someone who's doesn't want to hurt someone's feelings, but they know if they leave the other person waiting too long, other opportunities are going to come in. It's a very logical person. See, there's desire to manifest, but like I say, they don't want to start this looking like they're manipulating or playing games, and there could be, it is, I don't think so, because once the King of Swords is there, that's usually integrity and honesty. But if they maybe feel the other person is, I think it's what they're dealing with already. Yeah, but it's all about mixed messages, signals, not wanting to start something like that. Yeah, see, this is someone trying to get away with something. See, trying to go sneak away to figure this out, what to do. Yeah, but I also see someone trying to figure out if I mean, it's an emperor, so I think it's this emperor is trying to make this happen. They're trying to figure out how to sneak away from this situation and avoid a disaster. See, they're trying to avoid a disaster here. Or they think the other person's avoiding them, because again, mixed messages about who's laying the foundation, who's contacting who. I don't know. To me, it looks complicated and feels a little childish. I don't know. I mean, can be a little immature. It's a type of communication that lacks clarity. It's not really a commitment. It's just somebody trying to get something going, but they haven't actually made any commitment. So maybe it's just started out with a little bit of deception or manipulation here. I mean, there's definitely this energy of someone waiting, feeling disappointed. But I also feel this is someone feeling a little insecure, or thinking the other person is. I don't know, but it's also that fixer-upper. See, the fixer-upper, something about fixing too. That's my fixer-upper card. It often connects with the King and Queen of Pentacles. People who fix people. They try to heal them. They try to... and often change them, right? Fixer-upper. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, so someone's seeing truth. See, that little aha moment is funny how that come out after, like, aha. Yeah, I think it's just someone too trying to figure out what to do. They're looking at the facts and figures, but they do feel there's something maybe sketchy, or they think the other person's going to think that they're up to something. That's what I really feel's going on. Yeah, they think the other person will think they're up to something, especially if they don't tell the truth, and just because someone could find out that they started this while they were still dating someone. I don't feel like this person's trying to hide that. I think they don't want the other person to find out, because it has to do with that Seven of Pentacles originally, the timing of it. Yeah. Tell me about the Chariot. Yeah, if you're dealing with someone you feel like is avoiding you, like I say, they've either already started something, or when you connected with them, if it's a fairly new situation, that they have to break up with someone. It's obvious, but before they can come in and lay the foundation, see, and make some kind of commitment. But this is someone who wasn't committed at that time to anyone. It's just dating, right? So they weren't committed to anybody. This person's giving me a headache. Just the way they're thinking, but I feel they're just trying to figure this out, because they want to win. They don't want See, this is someone who doesn't want the other person to get away. They don't want them to get away. This could be the one, but it's like they just start dating one person, then another person comes in, and now they have to figure out who basically to let go, is what I feel. And try to avoid a disaster, right? Yeah, should I or shouldn't I? What should I do? A little juggling, yeah. Well, there's nothing wrong with going, on a date with one person and another, as long as there's no commitment, as long as there isn't anything but just a date, and then decide. I personally don't see anything wrong because, I mean, would you not take an opportunity? If you were dating someone, there was no commitment, you hardly seen the person because it just got going and you're already finding yourself waiting for them. Would you not take another date? Because that's what the question is here. Would you not take the other date? I'll bet most people would say yes. Of course. Why wouldn't you? It's a date. Dating is about checking each other out. And sometimes you can check each other out and know right away you're not right. Other times it takes a couple of dates, right? That's what dating's about. Old school rules. Dating, that's how they did it in the old days. They dated lots of people. They just didn't do anything other than hang out. I mean, they went for a soda, sometimes a kiss, but yeah, even that didn't happen sometimes for quite some time. So it's one of those situations like, what do I do? And this is someone comparing one to the other too. It's like there's no comparison as far as who they're attracted to. So they're just kind of like, they're figuring this all out in their head. So they have to come in and make the offer. See, this person's going to come in. See the offer, the invitation. They're just they're going to apply whatever it is this person figures out. But I feel they're going to take a leap of faith. They're going to leave. Someone's getting left behind. I think this is someone who's like afraid to take a risk with one to find out they're the wrong person. Because when you first date someone, you just don't know. It can take a while to figure out if you want to keep going down that path. So this is someone who's had experience, right? So they understand. But it definitely has to do with speaking some kind of truth. Yeah, the Emperor's got to take a leap of faith, and they don't want to look like a fool. They don't want to make a fool out of themselves too and assume. Sometimes the Seven of Swords is that it's kind of like an assumption, trying to figure something out, thinking that you're going to win and assuming, right? Yeah, see, assuming that something sneaky's going on. Yeah. But there they are. They have to make it happen. You can see they're just going through these emotions. There's nothing that compares. Like they're looking at this. They're looking at the attraction. They're looking at the amount of effort. The conversations that have been had, how they felt. Their cup runneth over. So they definitely connected on an emotional level very quickly. But look see, it's all about seizing the day. It's all about taking the opportunity that's presented. And it could be yourself, Sag. If you're the feminine, you may be looking at this. Maybe you're the person who started dating someone and then this person come in. Nothing wrong with seizing the day and taking opportunities that are presented as long as there's no commitment. But if somebody's already in a committed relationship, see, this is someone who's kind of in that. It's all about the commitment. It's all about making the commitment, going down this path with someone, two people coming together. But you can see two people, this is having to move on from another person, taking it to the next level too. See, I think it's someone who was dating someone that hasn't really gone anywhere yet. And I feel this person doesn't really see it going anywhere. So... But this person is coming to offer up the cup. They're taking control here. They're just going to swoop in. See, they don't want somebody to come swoop in and come between you, so they have to make that move. Emperors can be very strategic. So, I mean, they embody all the energies of all the kings. So they're going through all that energy. But yeah, they see things in a positive light too. They want things to go in their favor. They definitely see you in more of a favorable light absolutely than the other person, if there is one. For all of you, I don't feel that's not for everyone, but others of you, it's actually the viewer who has to make a choice, comparing one to the other and putting on the brakes and not really doing anything. And like I say, and even feeling that there's something sketchy going on. But this is about the King and Queen of Cups coming together. See, it's about connecting. See, they already connected. They already felt an emotional connection in some way, because there was some kindness and things that were being said. Yeah. So see, they're already looking at that. That it made, and that's a big connection too, because you already, it's like whatever it is you were talking about, there was a lot of this passionate energy and this emotion. Yeah. So this is definitely an energy of coupling up, becoming a couple. Yeah, I feel as far as the feminine's concerned, I feel like you're, and I can see someone been there, done that. See, feeling a little overwhelmed, things happening quickly. Some of you may have multiple opportunities yourself, because the world is here, which means the tables can turn. So I feel, I mean, it doesn't even matter. It just feels like you're preparing. They know you're available. You know they are. But originally, I feel it comes into question because of the way someone started it. Yeah, because there's no commitment, but now they have to they're having to decide to make a commitment. Following through, I do think you're going to have a few dates with this person before you decide. I would have to say at least 3 before you're going to know if you're going to go down this path together. Bye for now.